Hello, hello, hello.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to
Happy Sunday.
Girlz Need Girlz, officially on Offscript. I am joined by the magnificent, the beautiful, the lively, the phenomenal Robyn.
Riot.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hello, honey. How are you?
Oh, I'm excited. How are you?
Girl, listen, it's been a long week. I am excited to be on this journey with you. This is lovely to have a podcast. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, live show, all the in-betweens with two powerfully beautiful black women. See,
And we
I love you. See, you're already getting it. You're already getting the vibes because you knew I liked that. Thank you.
got you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm here, Miss Script, aka Key. And this is, let me tell you guys here, if you fellas are on the channel, you are more than welcome to come in and hush. Okay.
Mm,
Just look cute. Occasionally offer your opinions. But this is the safe space for the ladies. This is if you have your woman, your wife, your girlfriend, your sister.
yeah.
And she's like, why you always watching Scotty? Why you
Mm-hmm.
always off script with the bombs? Listen,
Girls need girls.
girls need girls. So now
Girls
you
need girls.
get to know Scotty's other half and my lovely co-host Robyn.
Yes.
Yes, so this
Queens, get
is
them married.
so tonight, I'm excited. We have a few things we're going to talk about. So of course, we're going to get to know one another.
Yeah.
Few
Yeah.
questions. But we are going to open up every show with our segment called Let's Talk About It.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. And tonight, coming to the carpet, we have none other than Mr. Shannon Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you guys have seen the video. If not, Robyn and I are going to play it for you. And you might listen, we might have a little unction of the Holy Ghost and have to pause and say something. But
May, because
we
you know I will all the time. Thank you.
come in, offer your feedback in the chat. We are looking forward to it. So let's hear what Mr. Shannon Sharp had to say about marriage.
Yeah.
Married?
No,
No?
No.
Okay.
I'm looking to get about. Hey, I'm about to be 55. I'm about to be double nickel.
Double nickel, yeah?
Double nickel. So
What you think about it, though?
wanna get
wait. Let's pretend these cameras ain't here.
yeah,
It's me and you, Bob Sharp. I've been talking like they ain't here anyway. What your views on marriage? What
wanna
do
get
you
married.
think?
I would have loved to have gotten married earlier in my career, but my career was the most important thing. So I was no good. I was a terrible father. I probably was a terrible brother, a terrible son. I definitely was a terrible boyfriend because football was the most important thing.
Right.
I was consumed with that. And I was consumed with that because I wanted to get my grandmother and my family out of the conditions that I
Yeah, they
grew
were
up
in.
in. And I said, if I had kids, I didn't want them to spend 1 hour, let alone a year like I spent. So I focused on that. That was the only thing that mattered.
Right.
And I had a lot of women say they could be okay with being with number two to football. But when it came right down to it and they see how devout I was in it, they couldn't be.
You couldn't, right.
And I said, okay. But now I started to realize as I've gotten older in my life, everything that I've accumulated doesn't mean anything if I don't have anybody to share it with. And it took me spending time alone to realize that, yes, Shannon, you're great at what you do. You're in the Hall of Fame. You accomplished a lot. But at the end of the day, who do you share it with?
But then this is the problem. How do you find the right person to share it with when it's still going to be what you have on the table?
Right.
Because this is you. Are they dealing with you for you or what you have to offer? Now, how you figure that one out? That's the hard part.
It is.
Even at
Well,
this.
I guess I'm going to have to find somebody that has something. And I tell people, look, I want someone to bring something to the picnic besides your appetite. I don't care if it's fork. I don't care if it's napkins.
Right.
I don't care if it's the mashed potatoes with.
All right.
It hit you already?
Yeah. I was like, let me take myself off you because I was really about to go on a tangent. And I was like, ooh, they ain't even gonna hear me. So let me make sure.
Okay.
Okay. I really liked how, and let me preface for everybody that is watching right now. Girlz Need Girlz is just what it is. These are women needing women to have multiple discussions no matter what the situation is. Akila beautifully said, we can talk about everything and anything, right? I think What's more important is that we're making these connections, right? Of different perspectives, different experiences, different ways of sharing how you feel about something by the basis of how you feel, whatever. This is a safe space, a safe space. Now,
But
with that being said,
truthful. Now we're gonna
hold on, Keela, you got something? Go ahead, baby.
be honest. It's a safe, honest space. So if transparent. Okay, so the rug. We're not
Yes.
sweeping things under the rug here.
No,
Pull up
I had to let the beautiful people know before I say what I'm about to say. I like how Shannon, I respect the way that he is giving his truth about how he sees the relationship and how, what works for him personally. And I wanted to stop it here because he just said, if you're bringing something, he wants you to bring something to the picnic, right? And he goes on to say, it don't have to be nothing sporadic, like it could be a fork, it can be napkins, it could be the paper plates, whatever. You ain't got to bring the food, especially if you don't know how to cook. I love you, genuinely and truly. But I also feel like, and this is just, again, basing it off of like my experiences, is like you say that I don't care what you bring to the table, right? You say that. You say you can bring anything, right? You can bring your high energy. You can bring whatever. But then when I provide that, it's not enough. But you just said, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what you bring as long as you bring something. So I feel like while we are sitting here like, okay, amening and affirming how that is cool to be for a man to be like, yes, I don't care what you bring, whatever, but also stay true to that, because I feel like a lot of times it sounds good to say, but do you truly mean that? And that's why I want to separate that kind of like, where are you going with this, Shannon?
Now I'm gonna talk to my bae here. He said we didn't say anything for me to hit the bombs, but guess what? It's our show, so
ours. The bomb stays, baby.
Bomb is gonna stay.
So who deserves bombs just by being here? Okay,
listen, Scott will come onto the channel. It's Offscript.
He said my presence is an explosion.
We are queens here. You're in the presence of royalty.
Look, here go me. This is what you gotta say, Key. This is what you gotta say. I learned from you.
The best. I
just learned from you. I've watched you. You have inspired me. The way that you handle your show, sir. I mean, applause.
Listen.
I'm just trying to implement
for how he handles his show, babe. That's
look,
you, my love. Okay.
Say something. Come on now.
So I'm gonna say this. I think that I'm with you. I applaud him on his accountability for how sucky of a brother, husband, father, son he was. But where I differ is, and I talked to Scott about this, a lot of men will take women with nothing but beauty. I've seen that more so. Like, I know it sounds good to say, like, oh, bring something to the table. Yeah. But how many relationships, did women not have really a lot to offer to come to the table with, and they maybe accumulated something along the way, and the men were just as, happy to take them, i.e., Mr. Neo. What did his current ex-wife bring to the table? But now she's taking something from the table, but nonetheless, Reese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now she has the table. Okay, I'm saying his table.
He owns the table.
Okay, she done took the turkey, she got the ham, she got the greens, beans. She got all of it. Okay,
potatoes.
She got all of it.
I feel like that young lady didn't even have the energy to put it in to go containers. She actually took the pot. Yeah. Like, I'm not even gonna, separate them into equal sections. Taking the whole doggone thing. Hey, I don't mad at you. Do what you do.
Sean, let me clarify. I don't feel that way. I personally, this is my observation versus what I feel personally and how I conduct myself in my own relationship. Let me make that clear.
Yeah.
I did not come into my relationship empty-handed.
Mm.
I approached our relationship giving and, open to receiving as well. So
Yes.
it was me.
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna get back to the video. Play the
Right.
rest. Okay.
Go ahead, baby.
All right.
I'll be here.
With raisins on top, but bring something,
Something.
to the picnic.
Right.
And so we can work from that.
Right.
I don't care if you have kids. I will graciously accept the kids.
Right.
Your family becomes my family.
Yeah.
Because like I would do for my family, if you come to me and say, hey, my mom and dad are having trouble.
Right.
Okay, your
You
mom
there
and dad
for
ain't
'em.
got no trouble.
Right.
Once you with me,
Right.
your family ain't got no, your mom and dad ain't got no trouble.
Right.
Your kids ain't got no, well, they're our kids. They
Right.
your kids, they're our kids.
Kids, right.
That's the way I look at
I
it.
like that. So we have the same mindset. Once that union, everything is united, it's one
us.
umbrella.
It's us.
All
It's
problems.
us.
Okay, I like that.
It's
But I
us.
like the part where you said, at least bring something to the table, because I
Yeah.
think that's an argument, something that we all have issues with as men. And I
Right.
think some men that have money, men of wealth, really don't care about times when women have anything to offer, because it allows them so much more control
Yeah.
when they don't have anything,
Yeah.
because they have to rely on them.
Yeah, I don't want
Ego driven.
Yeah.
Ego driven.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't need nothing, I got you.
Right.
And then they able to get away with murder because they got to rely on him.
No, I want you to have your own independence. I don't ever want you to become dependent
Right.
on me.
Right.
Okay.
I'll let you start it off since you posted.
I respect. I respect, and I do think that he's telling the truth. I think that Shannon would give his whole self in a relationship. I think that's what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel like that's what is going to come to him in this generation. It's a lot of city girls. City girls is like running rampant. Okay.
Okay, but wait. When we say this generation, are we saying the women of like Gen Z, like the women who have been born in that section of years after millennials and the Gen X or whoever came before us? Are we saying that as a generation, or are we saying in this period of time where everybody is currently in, if that makes sense?
I think in this period, let me say this. If there is a single woman that has not been married in this period of time,
okay,
depending on her level of heartbreak and her trials with relationships,
yeah,
I strongly doubt that it's not, like a what can you do for me attitude.
yes,
Because I have friends, really good friends, 50s. I've always been an old soul, so I have 50 friends that more so than I do have friends my own age.
mm-hmm.
And one thing that was told to me was like, hey sis, don't you fall in love with a man more than he loves you. That was one of the first things, and I'm like, are they the same? You know what I'm saying? And they're like, no, you don't, because your heart, then they like to put the scripture, like, don't trust your heart because that's where evil is. I'm like, oh my God. So I think that depending on
trust your mind or your gut, but never your heart.
And then the old school women storing things away from a rainy day account, like the rainy day fund, you know what I mean? Like, I always have something, just in case. So all of those things, I think, plant seeds are the grandparents of the city girls.
Okay.
That's
that's the first time I've ever heard it being expressed in that way. The grandparents of the city girls, the grandmas, the TDs, the nannies, all of those. I think, and you make a very good point. Let me say that, because I agree with you. That's why I wanted, your view on the distinction between, generation versus time period, because we as a community have learned to quickly evolve and adapt. I feel like we are especially people of color, are I feel like the quickest people to adapt in the environment that they're placed in, because it's like for us, we got to. That's how we gonna be able to survive. Is to figure out how y'all doing what y'all doing, and for us to do it in our own way, but the same result. You know what I'm saying? But that what makes us see us, in a sense of like we have so much creativity and knowledge and things that we just see in a different light. So like, yeah, you take those people who have that initiative to do things, you place those same people in this time period of technology, of social media, more people being in your business.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to do? They're going to keep doing what they're doing, but they're going to now adapt to the time period that they're living in.
Yeah.
So these, older generational people, as you say, that are the grandmas of city girls, they really been doing that. It's just now being exposed,
Right.
Because we can see it more often. Yes, So yeah, I agree with you in that way, and I feel like, if we're gonna separate the two of like, what kind of woman are you truly wanting, Shannon? Are you wanting someone within a different generation that caters to you, that has that lifestyle of, my man, my man, my man, no matter what he does, where he goes, what he do? Or do you want an independent woman that knows how to, say my man, but also is like me? Because I have goals, I have things that I want to do. And maybe that's my version of bringing something to the table. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. You talking about like a woman like myself, I'm not bringing just the fort.
Right.
I'm matter of fact, you bring something to my table. How about that? You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be me bringing something because I know what I have. You know what I'm saying?
You have the table. You're providing the table.
I am the table.
So you okay, and you are served. Okay, so
I love that. That's my favorite thing. Wow.
so let me ask you this: and I'm just gonna throw this out here in the chat. Definitely, I want to hear what y'all have to say. Do you think the ethnicity of the woman that he may prefer or desire will play a part in the type of qualities or morals that she brings to the table?
I want y'all to, before you answer that, please think long and hard about what your response is. We're not dealing with no foolishness right now. We're gonna
Okay,
keep
we
it
got a yes. Somebody said yes. Okay.
nice,
Okay, we got yes. We got yes.
nice and respectful. Look, because you may have a look. There it is.
Said, thank you, babe. Thank you. Exactly. Yes. Okay. Okay.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? You get bombs tonight, baby. Okay.
Okay, but wait. We're saying that he likes white women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, while I will say that we are a very adaptable community of people. We know how to do that real quick, real easy.
Mm-hmm.
Do we feel like the white women of today? And when we say white women, I'm saying the stereotypical, when a black man has, because the stereotype is there just by the comment of he like white women, because of how when men, especially black men, want their women. They want to be able to control them in some way. But what they bring to the table really doesn't matter as long as you are conforming to what their needs are, right? And we have found that sometimes that is more of a white woman's role, is to be okay in that position of, all right, I'm just here to make sure that you're happy, you're satisfied, I'll do anything you want to do. But then when you bring a black woman, then we are the angry black women that I'm an independent woman, I don't need that. That's the stereotype we get. So it's either we are, you know what I'm saying, independent, and I say we as a black women, we are independent, we are strong, we know how to take care of ourselves, and we're just dating, or y'all don't know how to be submissive, which is actually not true.
I think it's two things. The submissive, I think that white women have that narrative, like naturally. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah.
But also, I think that white women are like a Amex, like a MasterCard, like a Visa, like they're accepted almost
everywhere.
So, like with that, and we
not on my watch.
And I think honestly, like we had watched the TikTok. Scott and I were watching the TikTok the other day, and this white woman was talking about her divorce and like how they were married for a period of time, and wanted him to take her on trips. He never did. They divorced. She divorced him.
Yeah.
And he is now engaged and taking their child on a trip to Mexico. Now, I was watching. He's like, I think that's real mature of her, babe, to be. Sorry, I'm reading this comment. I think that's real mature of her, babe. To allow her kid, to go out the country. And so I sat there. I was like trying to resonate. I was trying to like feel him. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't. And this is why. I said we are programmed as a people here in the United States of the America. Of the America, okay? We are programmed to have this natural sympathy for a white woman anytime we see distress. Like anytime. Like it's like, oh my God. And it's like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, are you okay? Sarah, Karen, are you okay?
Yeah.
And time out.
Yeah.
Girl, he took your kid to Mexico and you sit up here crying? Like Mexico, that's like right beneath Texas, and you crying? Like Mexico that you can get to from Cali, and you crying, boo boo? Not Milan, not Jamaica,
no,
not Africa, not Russia, not Germany, not none to Mexico.
Yes.
And you crying? And that's maturity?
Tears.
Sorry, sir. No, sir. So for me, I think that because of where Shannon Sharp was like born into and seeing that, being in the South, I'm from Ohio. So both of my uncles are married to non-Black women. And that's what I saw. Town that I came from. It was like, they were athletes and that's where the women, that's what they wanted, the good hair, like all of those things, what I'm saying? And looking at it, I'm like, listen, my nana's Pentecostal, baby. Proverbs 32 is a mission was something that was it was preached. Okay, pray. It was like it's in. You know what I'm saying? I had all of that. So I think that because of where they could go with white women, being the I got a card, I got my card, I got my green card, I can get in there.
Yeah.
Now they're married to white women. Yes, I mean my uncles are both married. Well, one is definitely white. We don't know what the other one is. Like she
racially ambiguous.
She distincts hers like differently. So I don't want to put her on Front Street but that's just my, like my disposition. I'm like, I feel like you want that because her daddy may have something that the table, had like be placed on the table. She might not have nothing, but daddy and them might have stock and trust and bonds, and so. If I marry into you, I automatically get that. And because I have a name and because I have status, all is accepted. That's my viewpoint.
No, I get that. And I want to say also, like, I want to preface on the scene that this is a stereotype, right? I personally am not saying all white women are like this or all Black women who choose white women are like this because, baby, I have some white young lady friends and, baby, I'm like, oh, she don't play. You don't play. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, while we're sitting here and sharing the transparency of what we have viewed holistically, experience, and we're sharing the same thoughts, Key, and we did not grow up together, right? I surely did not grow up in Ohio. Baby, I'm from New Orleans, but I grew up in Tennessee, but then I went back to New Orleans, and even that was like an experience. I said, wait a minute, this is different. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I want to hold true that, yes, this is, of course, the overall more majority that we're talking about here, but let's not stray away from it. Just because y'all got a little exception, you know what I'm saying? You may be of the white community that know how to get down with the get down and is invited to the cookout and all that. That's true. That's cute. But on the surface, generally, when we are talking about this majority of how we are classifying things as norms, it is normal for Black men to choose white women because they feel like they are able to control them more, and them not saying anything about it. That's just the general statistical, majority view. And until we're able as a community to see differently, until it's more of, no, I really love this man or I love this woman and she just so happened to be white and I just so happen to be Black, vice versa, whatever, cool. But at the end of the day, it's hard for me to sit here and accept with full, you know what I'm saying? Like, are y'all talking about his comments on, what do you say?
That's my bestie, so we will be using your posts later, Mike. Hey, bestie. We are talking about Shay on in chat Ocho Cinco.
Yeah. But yeah, until we are able to, especially us as Black women, see differently, that's what am I getting out of this discussion, Shannon? You want someone to be submissive? But you also want them to bring something to the table, but you are specifying that it could be nothing basically, but you still want something. What is it? You know what I'm saying? You too damn old, I feel like, to be sitting up here trying to say how he hasn't found the woman that basically is meeting his needs. I don't know. Maybe he hasn't. I feel like, everybody has their person that's for them.
So let's round off with this. Do you think that Shannon has missed his time of finding true love?
I will never say that because I'm a God-fearing woman, and I feel like when God blesses you with something, it's gonna come when He wants it to come, and not when you want it to come. So while I can sit up here and say, he's never gonna find love because he's missed that checkpoint, I wouldn't. I would not want that because I wouldn't even want that for myself. I would have love find me. That's how I would say it.
Okay.
Now, if he's in a position that he's going into these certain places and environments and he's not having luck or success, then I'm gonna look to him and be like, well, where are you going? Are you going into the places you should be going, or what you think is best for you?
Well, I will say this. So further, if you watch the entire interview, he does say that he's like a homebody. He's not one of those guys that's out like at the awards. Like he prefers to be. He's a private person.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, Uncle Shay Shay, you should ever run across this segment. I hope that you find the love that you desire. How about okay, we got some questions because I need to get to know you a little bit more.
I know. Let's talk about us. Let's talk about us.
So, go ahead and start off with yours because mine's a little heavy. You know what I'm saying?
You right. All right. So I'm gonna pop it up here. And I'm just, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's in the audience right now, this is a peek inside, who we are, you know what I'm saying, how we've kind of like shaped our views, our perspectives. But I also invite that as we're going through these questions, if you guys want to answer them in the chat. Baby, we want to hear what you guys have to say, your thoughts, your processes. Of course, I'm talking to the ladies, but men, if you just want your 2 cents to be spent, you can drop your comments in there as well. But without further ado, Miss Girly, I have a question for you. Growing up, were you more of a girly girl or a tomboy?
Girl, this is so easy. When I read it, I was like, I was so girly girl. I'm such a girly girl. Like out of all my siblings, listen, the rough housing, the bugs, I needed my nails done. Listen, if you watched Living Single and you saw Regine, like when she would paint her nails and like she was like couldn't do nothing. That, like if I was painting my nails, like my brother would literally have to pass me my cup or turn the channel at a remote. Like I'm laughing. I could not wait.
No, ma'am.
Oh, absolutely, baby. I was walking in heels. I had heels down, and to this day, like true story, to this day, I can walk better in heels than I can in gym shoes. I don't even. My girl Kendra's in the chat.
Girl, what?
Girl, Kendra's in the chat, and my hand before God, I cannot pick out gym shoes to save my life. Like if you take
Girl,
I'm serious. I'm like girl, I'm like, oh, those Jordans, like I'm like, okay. And they're uncomfortable, but I could be in heels. I'm sorry, but what were you? By the judgment here. Okay, by all of that.
okay, because maybe because I was not that. Like, okay, let me be very clear. I was a girly girl in a sense that I loved playing with makeup. And then when I say this, this is like early on in like early childhood. But like for me, it was I liked playing dress up, like I liked, having little purses and, dressing up like my baby dolls, whatever. That was me. But then as I got to like elementary, middle school, right? And I have two older brothers. I want to do everything they did. And that involved me fitting in to what they did. So for me, I was like, all right, if I fit in, I want to be able to wear what they wear. So I started wearing basketball shorts. I started wearing big t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like it was more so like I was just young and thought that if I get their attention, I would be able to be invited to more things with them and whatever. So that's how that happened. And then after a while, I was like, okay, y'all are stupid. Y'all are boring. I don't want to be by them when I'm ready. So I went back. And now I'm just like a healthy balance of both. Like I cannot, what you said about the heels, you would be able to do more with the heels than regular shoes. No, baby, switch me. Matter of fact, I don't even want any shoes. I'll be barefoot. Okay. So that's me, but I was a gymnast. So yeah, I did a lot of things without any shoes on. But
You got skills, y'all. Okay.
that was that was me.
All right. So Offscript said we need to shorten our 3 questions. I told him we're flowing, so
We are flowing.
start flowing. And my question is jealousy necessary in a relationship?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh, please elaborate.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't like to classify it as jealousy. It's But here's the thing. No, but it really isn't. I'm going to be very honest with you, Key. It's not jealousy. It is territorial. Because I feel like jealousy is something is like envious. Like you are wanting something you don't have, but someone else has it. So now you have that energy towards them. You know what I'm saying? Of like, I want what you have. That's what I feel like is jealousy. I don't think that that's necessary in a relationship because what do you not have? I don't want you to ever be in a relationship where you feel like I'm missing out on something. You know what I'm saying? Or like somebody else got something that I want and I'm settling for what I'm with.
Mhm.
I don't want that. That's not necessary for me. Now, to translate it into or compare it to territorial, I'm protecting what's mine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who you talking to? This is my man or my friend or my mother, my father, all the same energy that I would have equally within any relationship. Because I feel like relationships is all of those, right? Your friendship, your family ships, your intimate relationships, all of those deserve the same amount of energy. I don't know why people think that they get into an intimate relationship and you got to act differently than what you act with your family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, is the emotions different? Yeah, but the loyalty, the transparency, like those things that make a relationship foundational, that should be even. So, mm-mm.
Okay. I will agree with you. I'm not a jealous person.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe in respect. So I feel like this, like if I start feeling that, I have to do a analysis of
Mm-hmm.
where that's coming from. Was it something that you did that triggered me to feel a little jealous? Because generally and typically I'm not.
Yeah.
I am secure and territorial. So once we establish, hey, I'm with you, you with me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we just I want to make sure we on the same level here. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Um
Right.
But I don't think that jealousy is something that is necessary, because I think after a while, the punishment of you feeling jealous and inflicting that on your partner is going to deteriorate the relationship.
Right.
So that's my.
I get that. I totally get that.
Thank you. I try. What
I
you
be
got?
feeling like we got a lot to say, and I'm like, we need to get all this out.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All
Go ahead.
right, I got one for you. It's
All right.
gonna be hard, but I want you to think long and deep, baby.
I mean,
All right, one of them gotta go. Braids, weave, or the wig. And when I say weave, I do mean the sew-ins, the quick weave, as opposed to the wig that's already on its unit.
and they
Take
got it. They absolutely have to go.
one.
Just one.
Just one. One
Woo.
of them has to go. You can't see it no more. You can't touch it. You can't feel it. You can watch videos, but you know you can't have it.
Okay. I'm gonna say goodbye to the wig. One, because like I have not really like found success playing just yet. I want to, but I don't want to be out here looking crazy with the hairline, like messing up my edges, all that kind of. I am very much so familiar with braids.
Yes. Hello?
And the weave.
Yes.
I can style it. I can roll it. I can curl it. I can wet it. You know what I'm saying? So the wig is just a little, I'm like, the shiftiness of it.
Baby, you ain't, look, you preaching to the choir. I still,
I haven't got that down.
So,
what,
mine's the same thing, but I just wanted to mention, I wanted to shout out to the women who wear wigs faithfully, effortlessly, beautifully. I don't know how y'all do it, but when I tell you I've watched so many YouTube videos, I should know how to be able to do it on myself now, but I'm scared. Because I said as soon as I just see that shift, like I got a middle part, but now it's a diagonal part.
It's down here.
Because you can't fix that. At least for like a quick weave, you could, throw it up in a ponytail, whatever. Maybe your head, your leave out is sweated, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Braids, you tie it up. Girl, this been in here for a long time, but I slick it. A wig, ma'am, I have cornrows to my neck under here. I can't let y'all see that. And it's like, I don't even want any type of community to see it. Like, I don't want the all Black community because they're going to talk about me because they know that's wrong. Then I don't want to go to the maybe white community, you know what I'm saying? And they be like, so what's that? Where did your hair go?
People are saying, listen, it looks like wigs are the general consensus here of the chat. They are like, bye to the wig.
Because y'all know what's up. Y'all know exactly what is up. Thank you.
Okay, wigs in it. Oh, there's the bomb, babe. He said that needed a bomb. There you go. All right. So
now he's trying to coach us on what
because he gave credit. You ain't see he passed the Vic in the chat. He was like,
Akila.
Girl,
first he said we was bombing too much. Now he's saying we're not bombing at all.
He get his accolades. You know what I mean? Their applause. It's not just me. It's not just you. The chat is now saying, Scotty, you have trained her well. I see the hard work, brother. And I'm like, oh, okay, baby. Thank you, honey.
Sick.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach. All right. So next. Ooh. I'm so glad you got to answer this first. I don't know what to do.
How did your first heartbreak affect your approach on relationships?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, let me tell you something. Doing less. That's what I learned from my first heartbreak. And honestly, Akila, it still took me time, even after that first heartbreak, to really look myself in the mirror and say, you need to do less. You need to calm down. Because what started happening, right, is that I was in these relationships and giving more energy, more time, more patience, all of those things unequally, consistently. Because I'm a firm believer, how people talk about like, oh, it's the 50-50, whatever. And I've been hearing, other folks be like, no, it's okay. And I think it was Michelle Obama, actually. She was like, her relationship is not 50-50. Sometimes, he's 60, I'm 40. Sometimes I'm 80, he's 20. And I'm a firm believer like that as well. But I do believe that you still have to see the shift between the level of your energy and not it always being I'm 80, you're 20. It shouldn't be consistently at that level. And that's what I was starting to experience. And that's what I had to share with myself is like, it's okay to be given back and reciprocate. Like that's my current word in my current relationship is reciprocity. Like you need to feel that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I learned, back because it took me.
Somebody is asking, what age was your heartbreak?
Oh, 21.
Okay.
2021. And I say because I was hesitant because I had a high school relationship, of course, prior to 21, that I would kind of count as like my heart was broken, but it wasn't broken in the way that I really learned from it. It was just I was hurt because he didn't want to be with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't that's when I wasn't trying to like I didn't know what I really wanted in a relationship. I was young, I was in high school, but baby 21, woo, you could child.
I think for my first heartbreak, and for the people in the back, I was 25. 25. My first heartbreak. It taught me to date longer. Date longer.
Okay.
And don't get excited because somebody is necessarily throwing out a title. My first relationship, that title was used real quick. And so it was my first relationship. So that's what Steve Harvey was like, think like a man, act like I had all of that. I had my besties here in the chat. So I'm getting put up on game from the guys, like, well, men acclaim you and say that. You know what I mean?
Love a good guy best friend. You gotta have a guy best friend.
I'm like, I'm winning. I ain't dealing with
Yeah.
I ain't dealing with what title, girlfriend, sweetheart. That was the title he used. So we were so I had title very early. And so I was like,
yeah,
I got a man now. It was that I got a man. And girl, just as quick as that title came, like when the end was happening, that junk hurt. It hurt.
I bet it did.
And here was the thing for me, because I had brought him around my family and around like my space. And that was like what happened to what happened to, where's your boyfriend? And I didn't like that. I didn't like having to answer those questions. So moving forward, I didn't get into a relationship probably about 3 years. Oh yeah, no, boo. We was just cool. We just kicking it.
Oh yeah, that's not my man. That's my friend.
I see. And my grandma, she said, you don't call them your friend, you call them your cousins. Your cousins. She was like, those are your cousins.
I'm not claiming them as my family. I'm sorry.
That's what she was like.
You ought to be my cousin.
Your cousin is calling you. So, so I was there with my, and even with that, now here's the thing. In that other relationship, we weren't on the same page with the title. Yeah. So I was like, how do I even put that into practice? But I sobered up.
Yeah.
I got past those emotions. And then I was like, I don't have it. This ain't it. And now I'm with somebody with the permanent title. So there we go.
There it is, sis.
There we go.
I know that's right.
All right, now somebody said I'm gonna read this one in the chat if we don't mind. They're sharing their heartbreak. So they said, my first real heartbreak was 23. Over time, I learned to just go with the flow, not rush anything. What's gonna be is gonna be. So
there it is. There it is.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sometimes you just gotta let it organically and naturally turn into something that it needs to. If it don't need to turn that way, baby, it won't. It just won't. But all right, question for you, honey. If you had to leave your home immediately, what are the first 3 things you would grab? And we're not talking about people, assuming they're already with you.
Okay. My phone. Wallet.
Okay.
Purse.
Okay.
It has all my makeup in it. So yeah, that's Yeah, that's
Your wallet not gonna be in your purse, or
I,
you?
I might be. I said wallet, so I wasn't gonna say Scott's wallet. Just in case, but it would be Scott's wallet. You want to
Yes,
put me?
ma'am.
You supposed to,
Yes, ma'am.
you
Yes,
want?
ma'am. Sorry, I'm sorry. That's my bad. I dropped the ball there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
All right, all right. I think I think I would grab my wallet,
Mhm.
and I don't really carry purses, so really my wallet has everything I need because it has my insurance card. It got everything that the payment wise. If I got some cash in there, whoo. If not, I got a little chapstick. All of that. It's like one little thing. I think next I would probably bring my phone, assuming I'm in a position where I'm able to use my phone. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if it's gonna be like something intergalactic and they shut down all the things. Then I'm like, girl, who I'm gonna call? I'm
Okay.
gonna have to send letters. Shoot, then I'm gonna need an owl like Harry Potter. And then I think the third thing, oof, this is hard. Probably something from the freezer. Cause I keep food in the freezer. I got like some gumbo in there. I got some
Freezer food. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna judge you for that. Yeah. Okay.
How we gonna eat? Everybody gonna be scared, and at the grocery store, that's how people get killed.
That was more context. You didn't say you left hungry. You said you got to leave immediately.
No, because if I'm in the middle, I'm probably gonna bring my food.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring my food.
I get it. I get it. The people in the chat, they got a phone charger, book sack, bottled water, keys. My fiance
See,
said,
I get the bottle of water. I just said food.
I would grab my lashes. That's why I have them in my purse, so I don't have to grab those separately, babe. Okay.
If I grab the lashes, somebody with me has to know how to put the lashes on.
Oh, girl, I'm gonna show you. I can show you that.
Listen, that's y'all don't judge me, but
I
I'm
got
still trying. I'm trying to
you.
learn.
I got you, girl. You'll be I can put it on while I'm driving. Okay.
Now that's talent.
Okay. So my question is, what's your views on forgiveness and forgetting?
Oh, don't forget. Ha! Don't do that. For what?
Okay.
Now forgive, absolutely.
Do you
Absolutely.
forgive
I
easily?
am an advocate. I think easily is a strong word. Uh, because it does depend on who it is and what they have done. I'm going to be honest with you. There's some people that, I have learned to forgive more fully as opposed to just saying that I've done it or initiated it. Um, I think it's something that it just requires circumstance for me to be able to say, oh, I'm easily able to forgive them, or I'm quickly able to forgive them, because it depends on who it is and what they've done. But overall, they're gonna get forgiven. That's the whole point, because I'm doing that for me. Again, I'm a very God-fearing woman, and I understand that, God has showed me so many avenues of the way he forgives me. I'm like, let me pay that forward. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I've done things. So in essence, I'm like, that's never going to go away, the forgiveness piece. But forgetting, I'm not going to forget that. Why? Because forgetting means I'm in denial that it actually happened. I want it to be a memory so that I can be able to learn from what that experience has taught me. I don't want to forget that. You know what I'm saying? You don't forget how to ride a bike. You don't forget how to use your legs when you wake up in the morning. Like, those are the things that you don't forget. Why? Because they are essential for you to keep going. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I want it to never be something forgotten. I grow from it, I learn from it, but as far as just losing a memory, no, I want to keep that.
That pass. Okay.
Yeah.
Forgiveness. I try to practice making forgiveness every day, every moment habit.
Yeah.
I try not to, for those very reasons. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we as humans, we're flawed, you know.
Mhm.
And I honestly believe that, like, it brings both parties pain to sit there and like drum up the memory of whatever the action was that
Yeah.
caused said pain. So I would rather move forward and not be reminded of it. Not to say like forget, but I
Yeah.
would like to move past it. And for me, true forgiveness is me not bringing it back and throwing it up in your face. If I say
Mhm.
I have forgiven you, then I personally believe it's my job not to throw it back on your face. Now, if you do something that triggers it or that is similar to it, I feel like, yeah, this reminds me of when such and such happened. But if
Okay.
I say that I forgive you, like case in point, if you stumped on my foot accidentally, you were dancing and I'm like, it wasn't intentional. It hurt me. I'm like, Robyn, like it hurt. You messed up my pedicure. Okay, girl, it hurt.
Yeah.
It wasn't intentional, but like every time and you start dancing, don't you, all right, Robyn, don't get on my toe. Like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe the first 2 or 3 times, it's gonna be like, all right, yeah, girl, I'm sorry about that. Now after 2 years and I'm still talking about some Robyn, watch out now. Like you gonna be like, bruh, like
Right.
you understand what I'm saying? So for me,
Yes.
I don't want to bring that up because it's like, are you still really stuck there? And
Yeah.
that's to me, like if I bring it up, you must still be stuck there.
Yeah. I think for that as well, it's going back to what you were saying is if I'm reminded of it, you know what I'm saying? Let's say I've forgiven you for something and then you do something even similar or the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because maybe you didn't hear me the first time. Let me say it one more time. I did not appreciate, I did not like, I wish you could have did this, whatever the situation is. If I have to remind you of it, it's because you've done the same thing I've already shared with you about how I feel. And I agree with that as well. Is that needs to be something that is shared in the moment that it needs to be shared in. But for people who just look for something to revert back to, like the folks who, like your example, like you step on my toe and then 2 years later you still talking about it, that means you really haven't forgiven me. So don't say that you have. Thank you. All right. Thank you. All right. Question. What is something your younger self would be proud of you for? And it can be like, where you are right now, whatever.
Got it. I already got it. So
Okay.
my younger self would actually be proud of me for this right here, podcasting, because my grandma used to talk to me in a talk show manner. So
Love
like after school, like that's when the Sally Jesse Raphael and the Ricky Lake and the Jenny Joe,
Yes.
that's when they was like on and popping. And
Yes.
so like when I would get home from school, my grandma was like, Miss McGee. So like the whole thing.
The fact that your last name is McGee as well, y'all. My last name is McGee, and so
So
you
she
just
would
said
do
that
that. And I would be
literally.
like, she would be like, like, I'm sorry, let me point this way. So yeah. So I was like, like I'm kind of like I feel like she might have been prophesying into my future or speaking it into,
Yeah.
existence. And I'm proud of myself for stepping out and putting myself out there. My fiance, my lovely future husband, has been like on me for God knows how long
Mhm.
about getting in front of this camera and this mic. And I've been
You're
trying.
so good at it, girl.
Girl, I've been trying to delay it. Okay, I've been trying to tarry like it was for the Holy Ghost. I was like, I don't feel good today. Okay,
No.
yeah, I was no. Okay, but I
Yeah.
am, but I'm here. I'm proud of myself for just going out there and even putting forth the effort because I know like even last night when he was talking. Girl, transparent moment. He was talking about, yes, I think y'all need to have this in this segment and this, da 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 da. And I know I was sitting when I told you I'm dry, I was sitting over there like this. Yeah. Yeah.
I hear you.
Okay, so like you want me to do like okay. Like it was very much so that. And
That's not
so,
what you're giving right now, and I love it.
you know,
It's giving.
it's easy.
Cheers. You confident. You ease.
Listen,
Yes, with
yeah.
ease. Yeah.
Let me ask you what is something that your younger self would be proud of you for?
You know what? I'm really proud of the fact that I'm staying true to who I really am. And I say that to say because it's really broad, but it's also narrow at the same time. I've been always this person that strives to do more than one thing at once. Like I've never liked just doing one thing. And what I was blessed with is the ability to do those different things well. You know what I'm saying? I'm really proud of myself that I'm able to, tackle different challenges. Like for me, this is something new for me as well. You know what I'm saying? But I'm diving into it because why? I've tried it out. I have another show as well. Y'all tune in, pre-snap read. That's on Wednesdays. But this is new in a sense of, okay, I don't know where it is going to go, but I feel like I enjoy it. I love it. I'm good at it. So I want to keep this. I'm in law school right now, right? That's girl, law school right now. I'm doing that. I'm passing, so I'd like to say that I'm doing well. You know what I'm saying? I have a passion for gymnastics. I coach gymnastics now. Like, I have prided myself to not listen to, majority of people just say, Robyn, you're doing too much. And it's funny, my mom actually tells me that, but she tells me in a way of like, girl, also breathe. You know what I'm saying? Don't overload yourself. So when she says it, I listen, right? But when I've heard others say it from a perspective of, oh, I don't see how you can balance all of that. You're doing this, that, and the third. And a lot of times they're not always connected, but for me, I find a way to make it all come together. I find a way so that it can have a connection with me, a connection with my passion, a connection with my faith, my morals, even though they're different roles. I cater to them equally. And I feel really proud of myself to stand true to that, because I was always like that when I was younger. Girl, I was everything. You couldn't tell me nothing. Baseball, want to do it. Well, softball, volleyball, did that.
Okay. She said,
Play the piano. Look.
Complete. Okay. All right. Well, now that we talked about that, back to the relationship side. What is your definition of cheating?
Girl.
Yeah, girl.
I'm gonna get some of y'all in trouble. No, I'm just playing. Okay. I think my definition of cheating is the act upon which you, the actor, has now basically defied the relationship that you have built with somebody else, and whatever that capacity looks like.
Can we
and I said,
girl, that's drawn out. I need you.
Wait, no, listen, I got you, because I'm keeping it broad, because here's me. Everybody's going to have their different version of cheating, right? And I feel like, in my viewpoints, that definition has shifted within every relationship. I'm going to be very honest. The same way that I said, oh, this is cheating on me by you texting another girl, and I find out about it, is very different from when I got to that point in another relationship. Then it was a cheating. Now I'm just, bro, you stupid. Like, I found out about it. That means you didn't do what you were supposed to do. So it's like, this level of cheating, I feel like, is definitely circumstantial. Yeah, pull up the law definition, baby. Yeah.
We had somebody say, if you can't tell me, it's cheating.
And that's true as well. I feel like that's very consistent. But I also feel like people have shared. You know what I'm saying? It's not a can't, is I won't tell you. I think that's a better approach to it. Because if you can't do something, either you hold up against your will, right? Or you just literally feel like you're going to jeopardize your well-being by telling. Don't say you can't. Say you won't. Okay. You're choosing not to. Not that you don't have the ability to. That's it. So yeah, I think it's, to put it more simply, I think it's when somebody just literally, like, you just go against what you and your partner have decided not to do, and you do it anyway. That's my version of cheating. That's my definition.
All right. So, Sean, per your request, you want the definition. Okay, then I'm gonna give you mine. All right. To Merriam-Webster. Cheating. We have to deprive of something valuable by use of deceit or fraud.
Ooh.
To influence or lead by deceit, trick, or artifice. To elude or thwart by or as if by outwitting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is my.
Notice that ain't say nothing about sex. Okay, keep going.
It didn't do Urban Dictionary. Y'all jokers ain't gonna get me today. Okay.
Nope.
Oh, well, listen, it was the second one, so listen. Okay. I guess it was it. All right, here we go.
Pull it out, pull it out.
All right, it says, real plain and simple. Being unfaithful to your spouse or significant other in any shape or form, whether sexually or verbally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is the
That's
Urban Dictionary version. I'm gonna say this. I think that cheating is when you have exchanged a certain energy, action, or conversation that has, when you feel that guilt about what you're doing, you've cheated.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. I think when you have like, oh, well, let me text Tim. You know what I mean? Or Tim, he complimented me and he complimented me, I responded, and now we have this kind of like dialogue. I think, I would say that's cheating if we want to be like absolutely technical. But hey, Vale, listen, simply put, if you're hiding it or if you're deleting it so I don't find it, or that relationship, you know, it's like coverage, like, oh yeah, like, you kind of shielding that person from meeting because you don't want my little intuition and spidey sense. You don't want the Lord to tell on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're cheating.
Okay. Let me ask you this, subpar.
Yes.
Let's say the person, and I'm gonna keep it, non-gender specific because I don't want the men's to be like, women cheat too. So if the person, right, let's say the person is not, secretive. Let's say the person is not someone that feels the need to hide anything. You find out, right? Is that still cheating?
So I would say yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes, and I will say this. Let me answer. Somebody asked if you don't feel guilty. Question, Kirk. If you don't feel guilty, you good. No.
That's part of that.
So no.
Yeah.
I feel like this. If it is not, listen. If y'all have set your parameters or boundaries about your relationship and established that you two are together, and you step outside of that, whether you feel good about it or whether you feel shame about it, in any context, it doesn't have to be physical, as far as like sexual or like that touch. It could be emotional. Listen, cheating is a rabbit hole of things, and
I
think that it really depends on who you're with and understanding, the person. Like, you have, listen, I can be naturally flirtatious, like, and I would do it for sport. It wasn't to be disrespectful.
Except for sport.
I always wanted to make sure that my
recreation, burning calories.
Listen, I was a charmer. You know what I'm saying? Until, and this was pre Scott. Until like I realized like that was really something that you feel like, it was a thing for the people that I was in a relationship. Like, oh, you're making, because I had, like I said, I have a male best friend. So Mike in the chat, Mike is handsome. Okay. Listen, and Mike is very taken, ladies, but Mike is handsome. And so like with that, like guys would get like insecure. And I'm like, it's Mike.
It's Mike. I don't like Mike.
It ain't nothing. But, if y'all talk, and so much so, like, I would have our conversations on speakerphone. I would do all of that. But it still created tension. And I'm like this. I would rather, it's not cheating. If you're uncomfortable with the relationship or with my dealings with somebody, I need you to voice that to me.
Yeah.
Voice that to me so that I'm not disrespecting that boundary. Now, if you don't communicate to that person, ladies, and this is mostly us, if you feel like he should just know.
Oh my God, no.
Because listen, we good for that.
What's funny was that was told to me by a man.
No, you should just listen, like almost somebody's mama say, common sense ain't so common. Okay? So listen, I'm not gonna always know. Tell me so I'm not guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my my take. What's our lighter question? I feel like this was about to go somewhere.
Okay. Lighter one. Oh, all right. Do you believe in your horoscope, girl?
Girl, yes, I do.
Tell the community what you what's your zodiac?
I am a Libra.
Okay,
Okay.
Libra.
Yes, I am a Libra. I do believe in horoscopes. And I will say this, if my scales are not balanced, baby, it's not good.
Do
Okay.
you feel like that goes along with the not the balance, but do you feel like the zodiac compatibility also is something that you kind of
I'm not like now
support?
there's where I'm like, I'm not so sure
Okay.
about it's a little grayish. I'm like, that might not be so like accurate. But as far as like the personality traits, as far
Yeah.
as like me, I am indecisive.
Yeah.
Bad. Girl, oh my gosh.
I get that.
That's from like choosing. He come down here like, babe, what you want to eat?
Mm-hmm. What you cooking?
It's all over the way. Burgers, wings, hibachi, Jamaican. I don't know. What do you you know what I'm saying? Like it is ooh.
I get that though. I get
But
it.
I was raised by a Scorpio. My mom,
Mhm.
girl. I'm
Mhm.
marrying a Scorpio. And listen, I
He's
didn't
a
know,
Scorpio.
girl,
Wait. My
girl.
Scorpio.
I did not know that my mother was preparing me for all of this. And like I see
Mhm.
it, I'm like, oh my God.
Mhm.
But yes, I do. To summarize that, I absolutely do. I do have those zodiac signs that I'm like, we don't really mesh well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mesh well. I'm sorry.
I
You
get
do.
that.
What is your sign, darling?
Capricorns, leaders of the group.
Capricorn. Don't make me.
Listen, and you know what's crazy? I agree with you to an extent of like, you can kind of feel the balance and how it shifts depending on, what's going on throughout the day, how you felt when you woke up, all of those little things, right? I will say this. When it comes to the indecisive, I have my friends are Libras. Um, but yeah, when it comes to decision making for me, I'm not gonna hold you. I know what I want. You ain't gotta worry about me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a whole itinerary of how we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's that's me. Capricorn gang, baby. You don't never have to worry about me. I will say that one of the weaknesses or flaws rather when it does come to that energy, that big type A leadership, all of that, sometimes I don't know how to be quiet. And I'm working on it. I am. I am working on it. I know my flaws. Stop it. But I will say it's been a strength and a weakness though, because sometimes I just be like, we're not doing that. And I don't want to. And we're not. But sometimes it takes me to get to that point also, depending on who I'm talking to. So the other side of that, do I believe in horoscopes type of situation is like, I feel like everybody is just so different. You know what I'm saying? Like I have met so many different Libras and all of you are different in your own ways. I've met, so many different Scorpio, the whole nine, I grew up thinking I didn't like Pisces until I met a really cool Pisces. That's not my homegirl. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I what? Thank you. I think above us.
Oh no, I just want you to read that one.
Hey, thank you. But yeah, I feel like everybody's so different. So while we can sometimes say it's like a category type of situation, I'm also like, I like to see for myself first. I ain't gonna rule you out just yet. You know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday, A Nicole. Thank you for tuning in to Girl.
Happy birthday.
Okay. My sister is also on the cusp of Capricorn Aquarius. Y'all got a special place in my heart as well.
Me too. I'm late January.
Are you?
Yeah, 16. Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have one last question, and then we have a little scenario. I'm gonna let you introduce the scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, but my last question is, What piece of advice would you give your 18-year-old self about love and relationships?
Ooh, be patient. Be patient with yourself and listen to yourself. Um, because yourself has a lot to say and a lot of times it's valid, but we're so quick to doubt ourselves. And I say we, but I'm speaking for myself and anyone who feels the same way of I'll have the initial reaction, it'll be right, like, especially when I'm, like, taking tests or anything, like, my first response is always my best response, and I sit and I internalize it, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe not. Let me" so then I talk myself out of it, and it's like, "Don't do that, baby, because what you felt, what you had to yourself, what that intimate, reactionary, natural response that you feel, believe that." Right? And there have been a lot of times I've, stayed in relationships hoping that it would change, hoping that it would be different. But I think back of how I initially felt. And what I initially felt, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work out for me. But I stayed with it because I just was like, let me give it an opportunity, which is also fair, but I would definitely be like, yeah, listen to yourself, sweetie. Believe in yourself. Know yourself is not tripping. You don't have to ask your girls, your homeboys, whoever, am I tripping? No, you know you're not.
I love that.
What about you? What
Um,
advice would you give yourself, 18-year-old self?
so my 18-year-old self, I would say don't wait to do things for love.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning travel, don't wait to, like preparing to get a house, visit people, like everything that you don't need to be in a relationship to experience life.
Yes.
Live.
Yeah.
And get that experience by yourself, and enjoy it. And
Mm-hmm.
also be free.
Yeah.
Be free. Let go of the stereotypes and understand that life is custom made.
Yeah.
So I would have told
I
myself,
love that. Life is custom made. Bomb it. I can't bomb it. Yeah.
um, I would tell myself that your grandma's and nana's lovely love
Mm,
stories are not yours. You are in
mm.
a different time. I
Yes.
would definitely say that. Now I saw a Nicole, and she said, I'm a piggyback. She said, "Thanks everyone that saw love. I don't take the zodiac thing that serious, but some characteristics are true. Too many other factors involved with that. So I wanted to
Yeah.
make sure to let you know we saw you here.
Yes.
Girls need girls and respect. Okay, it's not for everybody, but yes, I would definitely um say that I see not get so involved in chasing women.
Yeah.
My bestie said every chick didn't require my attention.
And they don't because I be telling my homeboys, leave that girl alone.
Lane went
Yeah.
this man in the scripts wet over
Mm,
here. Okay, Lane said party some more, then party some more. You'll have time later. Yes, you will.
yes.
Um,
Live life fullest.
Jack's Jag. Find someone who can cook. Absolutely, brother.
And you're not wrong. Because, baby, I'm going to need, I love to eat.
Men speak with actions, not words. Act accordingly. I love that.
Hmm. I
Me.
think, and you know what? I think it's both too. You do have some men that know how to talk, and I want you to talk to me sometimes because words of affirmation. But also, like you said, Miss Kendra, you not telling no lies, baby. Listen, watch them,
EA, a woman don't tell you everything. I'm gonna bomb you for that, sir.
and we don't because we scared.
Because do not. Okay, I'm like, I've got listen, ladies, we don't. Okay.
Look, I'm a mystery at this
Like
point.
why the new question should be why our parents didn't tell us that. Exactly. Okay, straight up fact.
Mm,
Okay. Get a
mhm.
bag. Don't worry about these 403. Okay. I don't know if my age is going.
Oh, I think that's me and Ho.
Oh.
Cause it's
I got you. I got you. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's kids on right now, but I'm sorry.
Whole world. Okay. I'm learning
That's
something.
your mom.
All right. So now
Mm-hmm.
That question. It's time for your part. I've been excited. I've been waiting for this all night. So go ahead, girl.
Girl, look. At the end of every show, so we talked about at the beginning of the show, we're gonna do a let's talk about it. But at the end of every show, we're gonna have a segment called "Girl, What Is This?" Because we need to have a discussion on what has fallen onto our laps, but we're not understanding how we're getting where we have found what we found. So, girl, what is this? Okay, so I'm gonna read it. Ah, Queen for the ladies. This is from Michael Mitchell. Of course, social media post. Ladies, why do you break up, divorce, and then try to tell the man how and when to move and shake with someone else? A female friend of mine ended her relationship Christmas weekend with her fiance and saw him at the Hawks game Saturday with another chick. She was pissed because she feels like it hasn't been that long ago that they broke up, and he shouldn't be moving on that quickly. Fellas, y'all already know what I told her. Is she being unreasonable with her expectations, or is she justified to feel this way? Mm. Let me just insert this right here. Fellas, y'all already know what I told her. Maybe because he's not addressing me
Well,
as a fella.
he is in the chat. So Mike is here. But go ahead. You can.
Right.
Yeah, Mike is here.
Lovely. Let me talk directly to you. What you think the fellas know what you told her? Because I want to know. Because I'm trying to figure it out. And, I'm not a fella. And I want to respect that, the kings in the group
The guys that say
assumably know
mind
what's
your
going
business,
on.
unreasonable. So
Unreasonable.
mind your business. So
Mind your business. Okay. I mean, they was talking before they broke up, but it's still not her business. Okay. I'm right. I want to know. Okay. I guess I'm because now I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. You take it or leave it, put it in your piggy bank. But is she being unreasonable with her expectations, or is she justified to feel this way? I feel like the question is not directly connected to the leading question, because the leading question was, why do you break up, then try to tell the man how and when to move and shake with someone else, right? But I'm gonna analyze this. Y'all know I'm in law school, so I'm about to analyze this for you. But it seems like the friend is just pissed and she's feeling some type of way, right? I don't see here that the girl called the fiance, told the fiance how to move with it, because that's what you said in the beginning of why do you feel the need to tell a man how and when to move? Did she tell him anything? Or she just feeling some type of way? Because I'm not gonna hold you. If we just broke up, right? And maybe we was in a really, because I don't know the relationship as well, right? If they were in a really serious committed relationship, I love yous were being spoken, they were planning weddings or just a lifelong together, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, you immediately, you know what I'm saying, end up with somebody else, not even what's the breakup time frame? Christmas weekend, and then the following Saturday. So this is days apart.
well, Christmas was on a Saturday. So New
So
Year.
that was the next week.
So maybe
So this is New Year's.
maybe.
Here goes me. I'm a little concerned too. Like, because I'm like, wait, is it something who broke up? Right? Who broke up with who?
Well, remember
Because
it says a female friend of mine ended her. She ended
her relationship. So okay, so she broke up with him, right? Don't know why they broke up. Because I need to know that as well. Because maybe she was trying to get him to love her more, or to maybe do something for her more. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to figure it out. But there's not enough information to me to sit up here and say, oh, mind your business, if I don't really truly know exactly how much was shared before this. Was it truly a breakup? Was it something that she just needed a pause? I don't know. Because, women be like, I want to break up and don't be wanting to break up. So how deep was the ending? I want to know all of that.
So Mike's lovely lady said, we actually talked about this. My opinion was breaking off an engagement is much worse than just a breakup. So him being with another woman is fair. She cut it off. And I'm going to say this. Once you have ended things, okay? Women, even if you do this as a way of trying to control, you know what I mean? Trying to, like, it's mind manipulation. You're playing mind. That's what it is. Bottom line. We cannot make it any more prettier than what it is. You are playing games. If you broke up with him because you was hoping that he was going to do something, that's manipulation. So, that being said, once you throw that out there and the response is to get up under somebody new, you don't have the position, you don't have, that placement of being able to control or say or dictate. You can't do anything. Boo boo. We're not doing it no longer. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like this, like, it's what you get. That's how I feel. It's what you get. If you broke it up for that reason and then you were now shown, listen, I'm a catch, boo. Like, be out here in these streets forever.
Right.
That's exactly what you get. That's exactly what you deserve. And like these Mike, you can't quit a job and then tell the boss who to hire as your replacement.
No, because we're not gonna treat this relationship like it's a job. That's what we're not gonna do.
She was probably there with the guy herself, and he will never know. I don't know.
Now that I'll accept.
I don't know.
Because why you at the game?
And listen, I gotta have my bro here. I'm reading it in Blaine's voice. The Bible says, "Let the dead bury the dead." So if you broke up with me, you're dead. Bury yourself. There is no time frame to be buried. Amen. I hope.
Amen.
Okay.
Now I will say this. I will say this in this only. I feel like you can't, and this is definitely going off to the last comment from Blaine. There's no time frame to be buried, right? There's also no time frame for you to find love and move on. And I want to respect if and maybe it's not love, but maybe, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna come back to that, Michael. Ha ha, hee, hoo hoo. No. Anyway, I feel like yes, in a sense, you cannot put time on moving on, whatever the case may be of what that move on looks for you. Because I don't know if this man loves this girl that he brought to the basketball game, or that they went up, or maybe it's just they're having a good time. Whoever, maybe it's not even anybody that he's dating. Maybe it's a homegirl. Maybe we don't know, right? But I do feel like sometimes, again, I don't know if that girl told him how to move. She just felt some type of way, and her feelings are valid, regardless of whether it's her place to say, oh, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to be moving on that quick. That looks, crazy. You got me out here looking goofy and all of that. Because I don't believe that. That's none of her business. Y'all are absolutely right. But I'm not going to take the feeling away from her, right? So if it stops at the feeling, then yeah, sis, I'd be kind of hurt too. Because I don't know why, you broke up with homeboy, and why it was a whole fiance and not actually a boyfriend. Like, they was planning on getting married. I don't know the reason. But if it does have to be a circumstance that you called it off, but you still have emotions and feelings and connections with that young man, that is kind of heartbreaking to see him with someone else, even if you don't know what that is. And I'm not going to take that away from the girl. But if she did call him up, yeah, sis, you wrong, mind your business, because that's not what it is. Hey, Dallas. But feelings, emotions, that stuff is real. And I can't dictate how people should feel. I don't want anybody to dictate how I should feel. It's my feelings. Even though it may not have justification, still mine. So that's what I feel like is my take on it. But
I think this, you don't have a right to tell anybody. Everybody is entitled to their feelings. What you're not entitled to is my sympathy or empathy towards your feelings. And once that disconnection is made, your feelings are no longer, it's a courtesy. If I still am respectful or empathetic of your feelings once we've broken up, baby, that's nothing more than a common courtesy. But you have to eat the plate that you made, and the plate that you made is a breakup, boo boo. So if there was no reconciliation, you know what I mean? If there was no, like, we're going to meet up, if there was none of that, which, just going off of the scenario given,
Right.
wasn't,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's the plate that you made. Sit there
Right.
and eat it.
Right.
Now I saw that they said marriage is a job. Listen. Oh, go ahead, Robyn. You guys.
Go ahead, babe. I'm gonna let you lead because you don't want everybody to get married. So I want to hear what you're gonna say.
I do believe that marriage is a job, not as a 9 to 5, but yeah, it's work. It's work. Like, it's a function. Like being and shout out to HBCU Sports Wire. I appreciate you. Oh, by the way, like the stream. The light police is still on duty, y'all. So like the stream, okay? All 57 or 61 of y'all, because it keeps fluctuating. But marriage is a job. It like, even being here and preparing for it, it's work. It's work to make sure, one, that I'm maintaining the level of excellence that I established to get to this point. Because, the promotion for me is the years. You know what I mean? The rewards are the years that we'll have into our marriage. And it's work. You know what I mean? Now, it's not a job where I'm punching in the clock, but it's a job. It takes effort, and you can have a poor performance. I can have a poor year as a girlfriend, wife, and fiance, whatever. But it's, I have to be dedicated. I have to be punctual. I have to be responsible. I have to be mature. There are so many different functionalities that have to go into, listen, because you are sharing your life in your space. And so, like, from being, oh, hey, JoJo, from being, in this relationship, listen, like, like, you've been gone for 2 hours, baby. Are you okay? I'm responsible for you now. You know what I mean? And for me, like, when I now become more responsible for you than your parents, because, like, once you're married now, like, if something were to happen to you, I'm the person that's entrusted, with how to move forward. That's a whole responsibility. We are the supervisors and the CEOs of this entity here, of this brand. So for me, while I don't know, it's not a paid, position, but I am receiving fulfillment from this position. You know what I mean? Is a lifestyle. This is something that I'm growing to establish, that I'm working up to be a amazing wife. You know what I mean? And to have an amazing husband. And let me see. Somebody question Kirk. Let me bring up your comments, sir. Go ahead, but you can
but you know what? I 100% agree with you. And from a lot of points, the biggest thing is the work. What I'm saying is, I don't consider it a job. I consider it a career, right? And you know why I say that? Because you have multiple jobs that make up your career, but all of your career aspirations and your events that you do aren't always jobs. Sometimes it's a mindset. Sometimes you waking up and you just doing what you got to do, right? Is your career path. It's not a job, because I feel like when you don't perform at a job, what do? You get a warning, you get fired, you quit, you burn out. That's a job, right? Y'all want to talk about all the job duties and the responsibilities, the punctuality, and all of those things are definitely valid, but it doesn't stop there. It continues. Your career is made up of different jobs, different ways to get you where you want to go. So no, I don't believe that marriage is a job. I think it is a career that does require work, that does require focus, that does require loyalty, truth, all the things that not always jobs are looking for, because jobs are honestly temporary, right? You get a job to end up getting another job because you want experience for another job, right? But your career stays the same, right? You go to school for your career, right? Or you learn from others with your career. Having a conversation about you and what you want to do is a part of your career. That's not no job. I didn't clock in for that. Right? So while, yes, does it take work? Absolutely. But anything you do in life takes work. But sometimes you may not be able to wake up that day and say, I could do this. You can't do that in a job. You can't just wake up and be like, all right, I ain't going in today. Some of you can. And most of you who do that, because you want to work for yourself, because your career is not answering to anyone. And that's respectable, but know your role as well. Right. So I think there was a comment on there of like the marriage is I think it was Michael actually, something about an LLC. But
Oh, yeah.
I saw that. I saw what you did. and I want to give you credit. But I don't look as marriage. I don't look to marriage as how law defines marriage. I look at marriage as I'm becoming a partner with someone for life. I don't need a marriage certificate for that, right? Now, would I like a ring? Yes. But I feel like that is a unity that is created by God, that is given to us as a blessing to be able to share that. Now, what we've done is we've taken into a legal formality to sign something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thank you. This is my marriage station. You know what I'm saying? Like we take those necessary steps, but let's all be honest. I could tattoo my husband's name on my ring, on my hand, on my ring finger, and I don't need, to sign something for me to know who I am married to. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back in the days of when marriage was, first kicking off. What court?
Right.
And let's think about Black people. We weren't even allowed in those spaces. Mm-hmm. But what do? We got married under God. If that is what you believe, if you don't, then you should have a unity with somebody that you know that you have that with. That is not a job. That's a lifestyle.
Blaine, get out the chat, sir.
According to the Bible, after sex, you But hey, Blaine, we ain't said nothing about no doggone LLC. Ain't nobody signed nothing. Them sheets was what you had and all you had. So what?
JoJo, get your husband. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Marriage is work. It's a career. Okay. It is a career. I think that is a whole word. Okay.
Yeah.
And with that being said, Robyn, do you have any final thoughts before we close out here? Because listen, we came on here and rock.
We did that.
Whole hour and a half show.
I love us. And I want to actually thank all of you for staying tuned in from the start of the show, from the end of the show. If you came in late, baby, that's okay because you're welcomed. Okay. We want y'all to continue. Thank you.
1 second. Let me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blaine. Now I don't have to pay for a wedding. The devil. The devil is a lie.
The liar.
Sir, we gonna have that wedding. I'm gonna walk down in this dress.
I'm gonna be there.
You'll be waiting for me in your suit, sir.
And he will.
Okay.
And he will.
Now, now back to your clothes. I'm
sorry. She said I had to get that in there. Listen, but no, thank you all. Staying tuned. Again, I love that we have this space for them. And I'm glad to do it with you, Key. I'm glad.
I have to say, Robyn, thank you. Shout out to my fiance. Babe, thank you so much for this brainchild and dealing with my dryness. I know it's not easy. I know it's not the most creative, invoking. But I hope that I made you proud. I definitely enjoyed myself. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of you, Robyn, and thank you for Robyn's channel. She the pre-snap read. That's her.
Yes,
the pre-snap read on Wednesdays. And I'm looking forward to going everywhere with this. I'm looking forward to this platform being a safe space for women, but for men to also get to know women better.
Yeah.
Particularly Black women. But next time and next week, because we're gonna be there right before the Super Bowl, y'all. Okay, because I know it's Super Bowl Sunday. But we have a few little gems for you ladies, because don't be just handing your man the draws. And that's the Valentine's Day gift. So if that's
not it, stop doing that
right now. If that's your plan, go to the store and find something. Cologne, a toolbox, anything. Clothes.
Some food. You know he loves to eat.
But and then and then present him with the panties after you give him the gift. Okay. But yeah, Super Bowl week is coming. We will definitely be mindful of that. But ladies, if you guys are not going to be into that Super Bowl, guess what? Robyn and I will be here. May not be an hour. We don't know how long. We're not guaranteeing y'all no time slots. Okay.
Right, because we do want to see Rihanna perform.
Right. But there will be a call line open. So we are going to take calls. So if you feel bold, if you feel froggy, and you want to step up to the mic with me and Robyn and spit and say what's on your mind, we will definitely love to dialogue with you all. Robyn, salute to you, Queen. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who is here, who have liked the stream. And we look forward to seeing y'all next Sunday at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central Time. And until then, listen, have a stress-free week. Be blessed. Be safe. Peace.